I'm going to talk about today a body of work I did a few years ago called Wildwood, and that was about exploring ancient forests that had been actually man managed for centuries and sometimes millennia to see if I could use just one motif of the landscape, trees, and forests to express a lot of the ideas that you usually see with much wider bodies of work. Landscape consists of sea, sky, rocks, trees, mountains, etc. But I was interested to see whether I could just use that one motif of ancient trees and forests to express all of those ideas. People also ask me why I lugged a big camera like this around the forests. And the idea really is that the big camera like this just slowed me down. In other words, I was looking and, in a sense, framing the pictures. The picture was already set in my mind before I set this whole thing up. And so it's a way of focusing your mind, of not snapping away willy-nilly, and just being more focused, more involved in the landscape itself, more involved in the forest. So I'm looking harder at the trees, the forests, the whole atmosphere before I even set the camera up, and before. So 90% of the time when I took a picture, that would probably end up in the final edit and in the book and in the exhibition. And I'm going to show you some pictures of the exhibition installation where the pictures were really quite large, 4 foot wide, and also in the book that was published of the whole body of work. And I do actually have found just the other day, I found just a few copies of that book. I thought it was out of print, and a bit like my Cada Idris book, that I also have a few copies left of. I just happened to find a few in the back of a cupboard. So if you want one of those books, you can go to my Big Cartel page, and I'll get a signed copy off to you. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the pictures and explanations that's going to follow. And if you like what I'm providing, if you like the information I'm giving, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot. I'm just going to run through a few pages of the book. This is the front cover to give you a flavour of what's inside. And as I said, still a few copies available that I found. This is the dust jacket, front and back, very nicely designed, published by Lars Muller in Switzerland. Some of the pages are single pages, some have double page spreads, and as you'll see later on, the forests are mainly from Wales, but I also photographed in Vermont in the USA, and I also photographed also in Wales, but in Strata, Florida, a Cistercian settlement in Ceredigion, and that's one of the pictures from there. So again, an ancient forest. This one is Vermont. These are all ancient forests, but they're all forests that have been man-managed for many, many years. And so they bear that influence of habitation, that influence of management, that influence of being used, utilized, some for hundreds of years, and some actually, like Pengethley, for thousands of years. And in the back is 2 pages of thumbnails to give you an idea of the locations of all the photographs. As you can see, the prints were very large. That was deliberate in order to draw people into the prints themselves so they could be surrounded by the forest. They were 4 foot by 3 foot prints. And this is the installation at Aberystwyth Art Centre, one of the first venues to take the show. I'm going to show a few more images now, and you can see the locations underneath. As I said, a lot of them were in Pembrokeshire, I used a large format camera just to slow me down and to make the pictures appear in my head or in my eye before I actually set the camera up. So it was a much slower way of working. Physically, you can only carry perhaps 10 sheets of film in any one day trekking through the forest. So it was a good way to slow down. And sometimes, as you can see here, I would visit the same location, perhaps weeks or months apart, to note the changes in topography, how the light had changed. This is in Vermont, so you can see the foliage is very, very different. Well, this is the book that was published by Lars Muller in Switzerland. Beautiful production with hardback, with a beautiful dust jacket, front and back. And there's over 90 pages, beautifully printed, some double page spreads, some single page spreads, beautiful color reproduction. And as I said, I just happened to find a few in the cupboard, which are brand new. The ones I have are all shrink wrapped. And if you go to my big cartel page, there will just be a few signed copies on sale if you want them. So once again, many thanks for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and if you want me to make more content to help you with your photography or to inform you in any way, just hit the subscribe button, and that's a big help. Many thanks. Thank you.